Genesis. In the beginning God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, Let there be light. And there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. And God said, Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself, upon the earth. And it was good. And the earth brought forth grass, herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself, after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And God said, Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days, and for years, and let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also, and God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And God said, Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fall that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. And God created great whales, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly, after the kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, Be fruitful, and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let fall multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And God said, Let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle, and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And God made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God said, Let us make man in our image after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon earth.
Okay, let's dive in. We've got some source material here looking at, well, something we all deal with, digital subscriptions.
Right, that constant drain.
Exactly. And this deep dive is really about figuring out the true annual cost, where that money's actually going now.
And tracking how it's changed, because it definitely has.
So let's start with the big number. What's the updated total we're looking at?
Okay, so based on the latest sources, the combined annual cost for this representative stack of digital subscriptions is roughly $2,975.
Wow. Okay, $2,975. I remember, wasn't it around $2,450,
Yeah.
$2,455 last time?
Exactly. It's jumped up by, over $500? It's a pretty significant hike in a short period.
It really is. So that's the mission then. Find out what's behind that jump. Where did that extra $500 plus come from?
Well, and what's interesting looking at the sources is it's not just like Netflix raising its prices again, though that happens. The real volatility seems to be coming from somewhere else, more on the utility side, specifically AI tools. That seems to be where the biggest cost creep is happening right now.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. So can we break that down? Which AI services saw the biggest increases?
Definitely. The standout, according to the data, is Google AI Pro. That one saw the single largest jump. It went from around $200 a year to now $240.
So that's the $19.99 a month plan.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And it wasn't alone. Even smaller players like Deep AI, their costs bumped up too. Went from about $45 annually to $60.
Okay. So maybe smaller increases individually, but they add up.
They do. And you still have the big fixed AI costs anchoring things like OpenAI's ChatGPT Plus. That's holding steady at around $240 a year, too.
Right. So it feels like these high-end AI tools are becoming less of a nice to have and more of a, well, baseline cost.
Kind of seems that way, yeah. The need for that processing power, that access, it's driving up the baseline utility expense in this digital stack.
Okay, so AI is pushing the total up, but wait a minute, is that the whole story? Because even with AI costs rising, surely entertainment and gaming still make up the bulk of the spending.
Oh, absolutely. You're spot on. AI is causing the volatility, the change, but entertainment, that still dictates the sheer volume of the spending. It's not even close.
So what's the biggest ticket item there? Still YouTube TV.
By a mile. YouTube TV is the heavyweight. The sources put it at nearly $1,000 a year. $996 to be precise.
Wow. Nearly $1,000 just for that one service.
Yep. And then you layer on the other big fixed costs for entertainment. You've got Netflix Premium, that's about $300 a year now.
Right.
And Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, another major one, holding at $240 annually.
Okay, so when you add those up, YouTube TV, Netflix, Xbox, that's a huge chunk right there, over $1,500.
Exactly. So the profile's really clear. The AI is like pushing the increase, but these massive leisure and entertainment services, they still dominate the overall bill.
Did the sources mention any costs going down or any adjustments helping offset things?
Yeah, there were a few minor shifts, like KineMaster Premium, the video editor, that actually dropped a bit from around $50 down to $30.
Oh, interesting.
And Nintendo Switch Online, after its own previous hike, seems to have settled back a bit to $30 in this calculation. And even the net spend account monthly fee saw a slight decrease, down to about $119 for the year.
Okay, so some small counter trends, but not enough to stop the overall rise driven by AI and the big entertainment costs.
Pretty much. Those drops have to temper it slightly, but the upward pressure won out.
So let's put this $2,975 figure in context. For you, listener, maybe with a larger tech budget, say $10,000 a year overall, this isn't necessarily breaking the bank, right?
Right. It's manageable within that broader context. It's less about financial strain, maybe, and more a statement about, well, how we value access these days.
Access versus ownership. That's a key theme that came up, wasn't it?
It really is the core insight here. The sources hammer this point home, that $2,975 you spend annually, that's the price of access. It lets you completely sidestep what the sources call the
prohibitive multi-million-dollar scale.
Exactly. The prohibitive multi-million-dollar scale of actually trying to buy every single movie, TV show, game, AI model outright from, digital stores.
Yeah, that comparison is kind of mind-blowing when you think about it. Owning that entire library versus just accessing it.
It's impossible, right?
Yeah.
Ownership at that scale is financially unobtainable for almost anyone. So subscriptions, streaming, game passes, they're not just convenient, they're basically the only practical way to engage with this much content.
So you're renting your digital life, essentially. Renting utility with AI, renting leisure with streaming and games.
That's a good way to put it. That's the takeaway. The AI cost increase is like a tax on necessary digital tools now.
But the total cost is still dictated by the sheer volume of entertainment you're accessing.
Precisely.
Okay, so wrapping up. The annual cost climbed to nearly $3,000, pushed mainly by AI utility costs, but the bill is still dominated by entertainment volume.
Right. And the final thought, maybe to leave you with, is just contemplating that massive gap
between the roughly $3,000 a year for access
and the potential multi-million-dollar, truly impossible cost of actually owning all that same digital content.
Yeah.
What does that huge difference really mean for how we value content or even ownership itself moving forward?
Something to think about.